In 2024, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a YouTube court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the 2A team. Episode 4 of the 2A Team podcast. We have Citizen 2A Citizen, Silver and Black Entertainment, Justin Worst, and 2A Ninja. Eyes and Ears Tactical unfortunately could not make it tonight, so just going to be the four of us. Make sure you guys check out the links in the description. We have SC14 affiliate links for those. They don't give us any money, but if you buy some, they'll give us a small commission, and any of the SC14 money gets divvied up between us. Patches, we have the 2A Team patch bundle, the 2A Ninja patches, the 2A Team patches, the stickers. And then if you guys want to buy a patch individually from each one of these guys, hit them up in their respective emails and their channel bios. If you want the whole bundle at a discounted rate, it's $60, but I mean, you're spending $10 a patch. You get all the patches, and really, we're only making about probably $5 per patch each. Right. So I mean, we're not making a whole lot of money on these. But if you want all the patches, it's $60. So yeah, that's the intro. I know we wanted to talk about concealed carry license versus constitutional carry. We can get into that a little bit. Anything else you guys want to talk about before that?
Well, I know we wanted to kind of hit on maybe being prepared for disasters.
Yeah, that too.
California is going through right now. There's a lot of looting and stuff going on outside of the fires. Just some things you could do to be prepared for that.
Yeah, definitely that. I've been looking at that, and it's unfortunate, and it's not just the fires. It's so as you guys know, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. There we had a snowstorm, which me being from New York, the snowstorm that they said was coming, it's not a snowstorm. It's just another day in Brooklyn for me. And a lot of things happen. People were you don't see it on the your CNNs and your Fox Newses, but other things were happening because businesses were closing and staff was limited, but people were going in and doing those same things that are happening in Cali with the wildfires, the looting, which was not good. Not good.
Yeah. Yeah, and it could be anything like the snow. We get a bunch of snow up here. Like we just had, it's still frozen over here. We had an ice storm last weekend and it's still frozen. But to touch on the fires and the looting and stuff down there and just being prepared in general, like if you're living in LA, wildfires are common. Like if you're up north, I mean, snowstorms are common in the winter. So I mean, it's always good to have extra items on hand. Like I know, Justin, in some of your shorts, you got those emergency food boxes stacked to the ceiling.
Yeah.
But just even as much as getting an extra case of water when you go to the store, or maybe some protein bars or just anything, just maybe pick up a couple extra things at the grocery store each time you go, like some canned foods or just anything like that. Listen, I know you guys, we probably don't all like to listen to the news, but if you got an evacuation order, you probably should get out ahead of time and not wait till the last minute, because those fires spread like crazy. I was watching something that when the wind comes down those hills, it's like 60 miles an hour wind fueling those flames, and it just roasts everything. Well, the same thing happened in Hawaii too. Like you can't stop it.
Right.
especially when the wind gets picking up that high. And especially California's apparently they don't have any water. None of
No,
the
they don't.
hydrants have water in them. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they're
I don't know if it's still burning or if they got it all taken care of, but it's a mess.
Uh,
But
it's still burning.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
it's fine for sure.
yeah,
Uh,
it's still
It's
going. It's just kind of weird to me that it's happening around this time of year. Usually
right.
it's a lot in the summertime. The whole California
yeah.
burns down in summertime, but around this time is kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
it
you
seems a
still
lot.
get probably quite a bit of dry air in the wintertime too, especially down there. You don't have a lot of snow, so
Right.
No, it's not cold at all. It's probably like I would say the
s-
coldest it is right now at night over there, probably like 55, 54.
yeah.
So
wow.
y'all don't experience any of that, Silver? Y'all don't ever get any of those any remnants from the fires and stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. We do a lot of stuff that comes from Walla Walla, Spokane, Eastern Washington. What happens is a lot of fires go out there, a lot of country and farms and stuff, and it's real dry in Eastern Washington.
Mhm.
Like they get a really bad winter, uh, twice as worse than we do, and they get a really bad summer, twice as worse as we do. So
Mm,
it takes a few days, and then Portland, Oregon, stuff like that. But mostly it's from Eastern Washington and yeah, like 4 or 5 days later, man, this whole place will be smoked out. I mean, you'll
Jeez.
wake up in the morning and everything is pink, you know,
Right.
the whole sky is pink. And then there's like it looks like after 4th of July, all the firecracker dust and stuff that's on the cars. Well, that's
right.
what with the fire, and you could smell it, bro. Like you go, I work outside a lot. So what happens is a couple days later, man, you start getting a really bad headache. Like your eyes feel like there's dust in them and they're
Hmm.
itchy and burny. And then you come inside and you can smell, you know what I mean? The smoke, like you'll go in the bathroom or whatever. And then you
Yeah.
can't leave the windows open. You can't leave the windows open in the house. So you have to leave the air on and you have to have central air and change your filters and stuff like that because all that stuff comes inside the house.
Right.
Wow. So that's what you're pretty much getting right now.
No, actually it hasn't. The wind might be going a different direction or something like that. So right now we're pretty lucky. We don't have anything right now. No smoke in the air or anything from California at all.
Okay. 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 All right. Good. 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 Glad you and your family are safe
Yeah, but
with that
it
because
does happen in the summertime. But yeah, man, a lot of families in California, all over the world are going through it right now, man.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's quite odd.
absolutely.
It's quite odd. All the crazy stuff that's gone on in the last 3 or 4 months. It just seems almost like it's planned. But I know
Yeah.
it's just part of life. But or I mean, we could go down the rabbit hole of it being a conspiracy. But with what North Carolina had to deal with, what California's
Mm.
dealing with, places all over the world are hurting right now. I think we all just have to be human and band together and help one another.
Yeah. Especially what happened with that hurricane. I bet they're still, I can guarantee you they're still not recovered.
I had led a group of uh, power line workers park in the parking lot, and and this is down here in North Georgia, so we didn't get hit nearly as bad. But I let them park in the parking lot until they got the hurricane issues fixed in the area,
Hmm.
and they just left, so like a week ago. So that's how long they were down here fixing the stuff in the immediate area. And we didn't get nothing compared to what North Carolina got. So I
Yeah.
imagine it's going to be years before they get back
Oh,
right.
yeah. But yeah, with this ice
Yeah.
storm we had last week, we had like 20,000 people, maybe more, without power in the service territory. It was bad. Like trees get covered in ice, and then it just falls and falls on power lines and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
a
it's always
bunch of
Yeah.
restoration work.
I would say it's always very good to have at least a heat source, whether it be propane or whatever heat source. You can all get in one room and you can run it on low, keep everybody warm. But I do like to have a backup generator just to run a few things so that way, the kids aren't going crazy or whatever. But definitely get your fuel before all this comes into town. Fill your vehicles up so that way if you do have to drive to work and you get stuck out there, it's you can at least run the car to keep warm. It's a good idea to fill up on gas.
Yeah, the Walmart was
Yeah, yeah.
crazy the other night, and I'm sure you guys had that snowstorm in Georgia, and I think you guys got some snow too. We went to Walmart on a Friday after I got paid, and it was a madhouse. And we pretty much got everything. We
Yeah.
never lost power, but a lot of people did, and they were out of power for a few days. But
But yeah, you said it. You said it best. Everybody's waiting to the last minute uh, to when mind you, we know these things are coming, right?
yeah,
The news tells you you're gonna get hit with a snowstorm. Yada yada yada. Let's
yeah,
not wait till the last minute to get it. And then let's not wait till the news tells us. We know it's gonna happen. This is seasonal. It's quote unquote seasonal, meaning we know something. We don't know the severity of it, but we know something is going to happen every year during this season. So let's just be prepared for it. I mean, I got canned beans, tuna fish, um, what else? What else did my wife pick up? I mean, a bunch of canned stuff that, like, if I don't have heat, I can still eat right out the can.
yeah.
Yada yada yada. But just said it. Get your propane, which I have two tanks. Even though when you go to refill your propane, you drop your tank off and get a full tank. But I have two tanks, so
Right.
I'm never gonna be without. I'm never gonna be without propane, regardless of what I'm using it for. If it's for grilling, frying a turkey, or if I have to heat up the house. But and then in Florida, because I used to live in Florida with all the hurricanes. Since then, the third, I was there for Andrew, and the one 2 years after that, get a generator.
Yeah.
Yeah, most
Definitely.
most people have a generator in Florida. I have one. I've never had to use one in here in North Carolina, but I had it's the one that I had in. Okay, so I lived a lot of places. I'm from
Mhm.
Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. Moved to Florida for school. Moved from Florida to Georgia for work, and Georgia to North Carolina. So just trying to give you like a little blueprint of the reason why I have this information. So Florida taught me, oh, get a generator. So I brought that generator from my house in Florida to house in Georgia. I didn't need it in Georgia, but I kept it and then brought it to Charlotte, North Carolina. But yeah, get a generator. Have that, and also keep the propane tanks filled.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and a generator is a big cost, but I mean, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, especially if you're dealing with a situation where you're out of power, or well, pretty much when you're out of power, you don't really need a generator other than that in
Yeah.
an
Well,
emergency anyway.
you can take it. You could take it down with you to the hunting club if you wanted to
Yeah,
go hunting and be out there
Uh,
with.
but as
yeah.
far as it like an emergency,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you just save up a few bucks and get you one. It's going to help. It's
yeah,
going to
tax
pay for
time,
itself. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just make it on your 2025 list. If you live in a high emergency area, even if you don't, it's still probably a good thing to have. If you can get one, definitely have a generator. Propane heaters are good to have. Just general stuff like that, like just to stock up on food and everything like that. Just keep yourself prepared for anything.
Well, see,
Um,
Yeah, try to get a dual gas one too.
yeah, that would be good
If
too.
you can. I mean, they
absolutely.
are a little few bucks more, but it's better to have that choice between two different kinds of gas.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes the gas stations are out, or you don't make
Yeah.
it to the gas station in time, and then your town's frozen. So
Mhm.
Right. and you can pick up the Coleman, the small Coleman propane tanks. I
Yeah.
want to say it's in between summer and like around spring. You can find them for a lot cheaper because they've got an abundance of them because people have already got theirs for the winter,
Yeah.
and grilling season is about to come up. So if you catch it right there in that little, you can stock up on a little of those Coleman tanks, and those will run your heaters most of the time.
Yeah.
Um, it's just you just got to kind of plan this stuff out throughout the year, to stay prepared.
And you don't have to get a big old generator to run the whole house either.
uh,
You just need it for emergency situation, maybe 3, 4 days.
Yeah,
Uh, to run,
that's exactly
the
what it
whole
is, Dave.
family can get in one room. You can get in one room, and as long as you got heat, maybe a little TV, a radio, a light, whatever.
Yeah,
They make
yeah,
battery charged lights. You don't even have to run that on a generator, but you want the essentials. If you don't have a gas stove, then you want some place to cook. You can build a fire and cook, but you want heat, and you want food.
right.
Justin, where do you get your emergency food? Because yeah, I seen on your shorts too, man. You got a bunch of it, man.
So it was very expensive during COVID. Before COVID, it wasn't very bad. Now the prices are starting to come down, but you can find it on Amazon. My local gun store has some. That's where I've been getting it from, is the local gun store, because he bought an abundance of it after COVID, and then he didn't really sell any of it. It has like a 10 or 20 year shelf life. Very
Yeah.
good to have.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good stuff. Also have a lot of like powdered eggs, powdered milk. If none of it tastes any good, I promise you, none of it's any good. But it ain't. It's gonna taste like Gordon Ramsay's flipping eggs when you get done. When you ain't had that to eat for a couple days.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good then.
Yeah,
hey, put a little salt on it.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
but like Citizen said, I've lived all over the place. I worked in the oil field, so I traveled all up north and everything. I spent many summer or many winters out in the cold, and I've lived everywhere: Nashville, all over Georgia, Alabama. I've lived everywhere. But these southern states aren't prepared for snow like they are up there, and the people down here aren't prepared to drive in it. But most of the time they have to go. They got to drive, and I noticed on my way home, my way home in the snowstorm, it's not so much the roads are dangerous; it's the people that don't know how to drive in the
Yeah.
stuff that are dangerous.
Yeah,
So prepare for that.
that's exactly what it is. Just and I'm baffled. Even rain when I'm driving around and I see people. I don't speed, but I might be doing 50, 60. And I see people zooming past me at 75 in the rain. I'm like, yeah, that's an accident waiting to happen. And
Yeah.
then in the snow, like, so we had a little alleged snowstorm
Mhm.
Friday or Saturday or whatever. And in my mind, I know how to drive in the snow, or I know not to drive in the snow. And I just saw everyone or people just driving like it was normal. Some people spinning out. I got literally 5 minutes from my home, and I saw two cars in the ditch on the right, which I knew because this is a notorious we're gonna run off the road, snow or not, area.
Yeah,
And sure enough, two cars were in there. Street was blocked. It's a one-way street, so you one way going that direction, one way another. So I had to turn back around 3 miles and come back, get on the highway to get back to get home because that street was blocked off. So yeah, learn how to drive.
yeah.
Learn how to drive out here.
My
Yeah.
personal opinion, and you may think you may have a little something to add to it or take away from it, but my opinion is that you have to drive in between. You can't drive so slow that you're going to spin tires going up hills or whatever. But you got to drive in between. You got to be prepared to go up the hill, and you got to be prepared to go down the hill.
Down there.
And
Definitely.
if you can handle that, you're going to be fine. But if you can't, if you're going way too fast down the hill, or you're going way too slow up the hill, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Thursday, I was going to work. We didn't have to go to work Friday. We got to work from home. But Thursday, the ice wasn't completely melted. Or the highway was clear, but besides this one spot right before my exit, and I had to come to a complete stop because these two cars wrecked. One was facing the direction of traffic and one was facing this way. I had to come to a complete stop. And then I tried to go again after everybody went in front of me, and I just kept spinning and spinning and spinning. And finally, I was able to go. But yeah, I don't have very good tires on my car either. But yeah, it's a balance of driving in the ice and the snow. Is that if you come to a complete stop, chances are you try to go. If you don't feather it just right, you're just gonna spin. Especially if you don't have
Brakes are
four-wheel
no
drive.
good. Brakes are no good in the ice
Yeah,
and messing
that
with you.
too.
Drive
If you
slow.
start to slide, slamming on your brakes isn't going to do nothing. You
I
might
make
as
it
well just try to turn and get out of it.
Yep. Another good thing for like I kind of back to the California looting and stuff like that. I think in your bug out bag, not only should you have your primary and secondary weapons or whatever. Not that maybe you don't ever have to use them, but if it's something that you're bugging out of the house and you got to get away and you're leaving all your stuff behind to get burned or whatever, but you're going out on the road, these people are desperate at this point in time. So I think it's best that you know, not only carry your secondary and your primary, but there's a kit I showed off today on the channel, which you guys, I think all of you guys have one. But I get the CMMG 22 conversion kit. That's a good thing to have in your bag just to switch over if you were to not be able to find ammo or whatever, or you end up having to, you know, be out without your home for however many days. I know that Silver's got, what is the kit you have that turns it into a Glock mag compatible? Turns
Was
your AR,
a AR-9?
yeah, your AR9. But what is the
Adapter.
MCK?
And they think it's
Or are you
MCK.
talking
What's
about
the
the
MC?
AR?
well, I'm talking about his AR. He's got
Okay.
the mag insert for a lower on a AR-15, but it'll accept PMags once you put that insert in.
Yeah, that's the Stern Defense.
Arm defense.
Yeah, I sent that over to him.
Yeah. See, so if you got you a couple of those guys, you're never going to be without.
Yeah, with a 9mm upper.
Yep. So if you carry around a little 9mm upper, CMMG conversion kit, and your Stern Defense, and you got
Yeah.
your rifle already built for 223, you're pretty much never going to be without ammo.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
swap the uppers.
Right.
Better than carrying around two guns. An upper is a lot smaller.
Right.
It's
You don't have to have a large one for a 9mm, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was just something
Yeah. Ninja sent me out that Stern Defense, man, and good looking out, Ninja. Those things are quite expensive for what they are.
Yeah,
You know?
and like you were
Uh,
saying, you're in a kind of a restrictive state. You can't just go out and buy a lower.
Right.
So if you
Exactly.
already have a lower, you might as well just get the adapter, pop it in,
Exactly.
and then
Now, Stern Defense does make other ones too, Justin, where it could be like a Beretta mag,
yep.
a
Okay.
Colt mag,
Yeah, they got a
stuff like
few
that.
different.
Yeah, so you can match your secondary with whatever you say. If you're carrying a Glock 19 or a Beretta as your secondary, you can get you a little conversion kit for the rifle. So, I mean, you got a lot of bases covered if you just carry those small, you know, those few things in your pack with you. And, you know, if you run out of ammo here, you have the ability to find more, or you can carry 22 weighs nothing.
Yep.
You know, so that's a good thing to have in your little preparedness kit, in my opinion.
Yeah, so really you could have three guns with one AR. You could have the 9. You could have, and even you can get the I don't know how reliable they are, but they make inserts for the Magpul P mags
Mhm.
that will make it shoot 9mm.
Yeah,
So you could get those, but I mean Glock mags are a lot more common anyway. So,
right.
but if you didn't have that adapter, you could still get it to work. So you could have the 9 millimeter, the 5.56, and the 22 all in one gun, and you just have to carry an extra upper, that adapter, and the
I know.
22 kit, which is it. That carrying all that compared to carrying a whole nother gun
Mhm.
is going to be probably about the same weight, but you have three guns instead of two.
Right. And I think you probably would carry mainly, enough 223 to get you through any situation.
Yeah.
And then the rest, I would say you'd carry in 22 just because it's so abundant,
Yep.
it's so lightweight.
Yeah. Definitely. On the topic of carrying, I'll kind of shift us into the concealed carry versus constitutional carry. So I know Trump is supposed to make a nationwide concealed carry reciprocity. So if you have a concealed carry permit in one state, it'll work for any state, which in most cases, most states do have reciprocity, but some states don't. So another thing is um, constitutional carry. I don't understand. I guess I kind of do, but then at the same time, why not make the entire country constitutional carry?
Yeah, I'm sure it has to do with states' rights.
I think you're right too. I was just thinking about that as soon as I said it. I was like, because I know New York City anyway is they've had the oldest carry laws, I'm pretty sure, since like the
No,
1920s.
no, you're accurate. You're
So you
accurate
need
with that.
I guess the state wants you to have a permit so you can carry, which I mean, on one hand, it's good that to have the permit to show that you've actually done the training and stuff like that. But then on the other hand, it's like, should you really have to ask permission to carry a gun? I think that's where the argument gets down to.
Well, that's the argument. Period. When we're talking about 2A rights, and then like you said, New York, the most difficult. New York and Cali, yeah, you can own a gun. People say people a lot of people don't do the research, so they don't know that they can own a gun in New York state. Same thing with Cali. I mean, Mark mentioned it. It's a lot of people own firearms in Cali, and those laws are the same, almost the same, or mimic what's in New York. You just have to go about. You have to go through the process, and the process is longer. And I think that's the problem. People, because of the process being the longevity of the process, people were like, I'm just gonna go ahead and spew this rhetoric saying, you can't own a gun in New York. Yeah, sure you can. Sure you
Yeah.
can. Yeah, sure you can. I know plenty of people. I was in New York a couple of months ago, and I was Long Island, and there was a gun store right across the street. I think I made it short. I did not think I made it short. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So it's just a matter of going through the process of filling out the paperwork, this and the third. That's all it is. That's really all it is. People don't want to go through the hassle or don't know that they can. I had a guy 2 years ago. I was at a barbecue, and I showed him a video, and he was like, "Oh man, you didn't get arrested for that." I showed him a video of me shooting my suppressor. I'm like, arrested for what? He said, suppressors are illegal. What? What are you talking about? Suppressors
Yeah.
are illegal. Where have you been living? Suppressors aren't illegal. But it's the mindset. Yada yada
Yeah,
yada.
definitely. If you're not accustomed to guns, you don't really know. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
they are illegal unless you pay the government $200 and you know what I mean?
right,
Give them your fingerprints and your name and your picture and all that,
right.
essentially.
Yeah.
But
Well, see, I'm gonna apply for my concealed carry, even though we are constitutional carry here, and I'm doing it to help out, when I'm purchasing and everything like that, because I've had a few like So the last 4 or 5 I bought, one I've gotten 5 minutes, one I've got an hour, one I've got, and it took 2 weeks. The next one took 4 days. So I'm sure that there's somebody in the country that's got my name, the same name as me, and they've done something wrong, and it's affecting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's affecting the system because I've never been in any trouble in my life. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and get my concealed carry, even though I don't need it here in Georgia, and I really don't want to get it, but also want things to be smoother and easier when I'm going in to buy. And that's the only real advantage you get in the state of Georgia.
But just let me tell you this, and I'm speaking from a person that travels, and I'm a concealed carry instructor, right? So I'm certified for that. Let me tell you why what you're doing is super great and important. Because while Georgia and Florida is constitutional carry, what happens if you want to carry your pistol to another reciprocity recognized state
Right.
that recognizes concealed carry, not constitutional carry, and you want to have your pistol in their state? Guess what? If you don't have it, they're like, "Hey, you're carrying illegal."
Yeah.
And I tell that I've you know I have a good buddy of mine, Florida in Florida, who is also a concealed carry instructor. He was thinking about giving up they're not doing it anymore because of constitutional carry. I said, no, sir. Constitutional carry applies to your state. What about the other 50?
Right.
Yeah.
Or the I'm trying to get the number in my head. I think concealed carry is 47% of the United States, meaning there's you can have a pistol or what have you. What about those states? Do you travel?
Right.
So if so, and it's a reciprocity saying you have your concealed carry permit, you can roll out there. If not,
Uh-oh. I think we lost him.
Yeah. No, but back to what he's saying, I completely agree.
I'll
I
try
think
to
with
text him
Trump's,
real quick, but
but with Trump passing that, I think that's going to make the getting your concealed carry a lot more wanted thing. If that's going to apply to all the other states, then it is going to be a good idea to get it.
yeah, I was just thinking about that too. Like I'm going to Vegas, and I know on the strip, at least in the casinos, you can't carry a gun. The hotels aren't gun friendly. Eisner's brought up something in one of his videos. I think if you caught carrying a gun on the casino floor, it's pretty much the same charge as trying to rob the casino or trying to rob a bank. You know what I mean? It's a
Right.
big deal. So I'm not going to bring a gun. I've never flown with a gun. Eisner's made a video about it. He said it was pretty easy to do, but I'm not gonna bring it. As soon as I get there, I'm gonna find a gas station and probably at least buy a knife, so I'll have that. If anything does go down,
You just get you a high point when you get there.
yeah,
Just
something
buy you a high point, and that way you
off
just.
the street. But yeah,
But you're right. I did think about it the other day when me and you were talking about going to the Palmetto
yeah.
Range Day or whatever.
Because South Carolina constitutional carry or no?
I don't know that they're constitutional carry, but I know that it's not going to apply for me to go over there and be carrying my gun. You know what I mean? I
It
think I could probably
should.
open carry.
I think if a state there's like one or two states, North Dakota, I believe, and then maybe another one where you have to be a resident only to constitutional carry. So if I flew there, even though they have constitutional carry, I couldn't constitutionally carry there. But in every other state that has constitutional, it should be back compatible. So like I
Yeah.
when I went down to Alabama, all those states going down there are all constitutional carry anyway, so I wasn't worried about it. Um, I really didn't carry that much while I was down there anyway. It's more of like a family town. I kind of felt weird carrying, I don't know, but
Might have to shoot somebody in the family too. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But we did a lot of like outings and beach outings and stuff. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to carry this gun around. So
Yeah.
I carried it the first couple days, and then I just left it at the house. I
Right.
wasn't too worried about it, but um, yeah, back to what he was saying about the constitutional versus concealed. I think I am gonna go ahead and get mine too, just so I can have it like
Congratulations on 6K,
we're
Justin.
good.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. I didn't really notice it until like right before you guys said something. Um,
Yeah.
That was fast, bro. That was
I
fast.
know, man. It's exciting times.
But yeah, like I was saying, I'm probably gonna end up getting mine too. It sucks that I'm gonna have to go take a class and all that, but
Oh,
I
you do have to take a class?
yeah, here in Missouri, you have to take a class. I think there's a fee associated with the class, and you probably have to buy your own ammo and all that, and then you just get it. The sheriff's department gives it to you, I think. I think there's also a way, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't looked in too much to it, but I think you can just go down to your sheriff's office and say, "Hey, I want a concealed carry permit," and give them the $50 for the application. I could be wrong though. I know Citizen, you can probably touch more on this, but so Missouri is a shall issue state, and I know there are some where it's not shall issue, it's something else. So
Yeah, so I'll tell you in Charlotte, North Carolina, the entire state of North Carolina, depending on what county you live in, it's not constitutional carry. You have to go through a process. You go in Charlotte. It's funny. This is I'm throwing this in there because I'm throwing this in there because I had to deal with it last week. So I know where to go ahead and get my concealed carry permit. And I send people, any clients or students or what have you, to the same location. If you're in Mecklenburg County, that's the county that I live in Charlotte. So you have to go to the sheriff's office to go ahead and submit your application and bring your certificate or just a certificate number that's on there to get your concealed carry permit. I probably should have been more prepared to show you guys the certificate, but it's a certificate, right? It's number on there, and then you do you could do your application online and pay for it online, but you now anyway go into the sheriff's office, um, and then present your certificate, the application, two forms of ID, and then they sign off on that, and then you go literally 20 feet to the right to get fingerprinted. Um, the funny part, the reason why this is super hilarious, is because it's like a secret door in Charlotte. You if you Google the address, if you go to the address to the shop, it's gonna give you the address. And I promise you, if not from Charlotte, and if you haven't gone to this particular office before, you will drive around for a half an hour, but before you find this small door that says specific concealed carry permit application. It's like a little door, and there's two fully armed cops. You have to take shoes, belts off, everything. It's almost like, but you, but it seems like, in my opinion, it seems like they made it so difficult
They don't
to
want you to
even
find it.
find the place.
Yeah, they don't even want you to find it.
Exactly. Right. And the only reason why I was there a couple of days ago is because I had a client. that I could we completed our course, and she was like, "You gave me the hack, but I can't find this place." I had to go over there, park my car, meet her, and walk her to the door because I know that if you're following even the footstep directions on Google Maps or whatever, she's never gonna find this place. I literally, Doc, we the easiest way to tell people to get to the Third Street Sheriff's Office in Charlotte, North Carolina, Mecklenburg County, is park on Third Street across the street from the municipal park, and then look for a sign that says loading dock. Walk to the loading dock where there's a whole sheriff in the the arm that lifts the arm up. Walk to them, say, "Hey, I'm going to the going to get my concealed carry permit application or whatever." And he says, "Okay, just walk through that gate, which is not secured. You just walk through, you push it, and then you walk through there, make a left, and you're there." You'll never find it on Google Maps. You'll never find it on Google Maps. So it's crazy.
I know
Yeah.
here it's I think it's
Crazy.
$5 and you just go to the uh, courthouse sheriff station. It's combined at the one county I was just in, but it's $75. You get your fingerprints, you fill out paperwork, and about
Oh yeah.
2 weeks later you got it. As long as everything goes fine.
Oh yeah.
As long as not like repeat.
Yeah. I have my Georgia. Yeah, I have my Georgia concealed carry permit, and so conversely, I was like, so we don't have to do anything.
That's it.
So when I got mine, yeah, you don't have to do anything. It's like,
That's right.
yay,
They pretty
but
much done the
but it
same.
was super weird.
Yeah, same thing here. $55. You go down to South Sound 911, which is like a sheriff station. Really nice place, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, man, they got a beautiful waiting room. I was kicking it, you know what I mean? But $55, then you have to go somewhere else and get a fingerprint card. I did anyways. I had to get like a fingerprint card, then take it to them to verify your identity, I guess. And then they take your fingerprints there, and then 2 weeks later you get your card in the mail. But during COVID, it was like a 6 month wait, but it took me what, 30 days?
Yeah.
I think it's been a while. I almost got to renew mine probably because it's only 5 years.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
so I think it took me like 30 days to get an appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no classes, nothing like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So this is just Google. I'm not sure if it's legit or not. I'm just seeing what I typed in on Google. And it says in Missouri, it says be at least 19 years old or 18 if active military, be a resident for at least 6 months, not have any felonies, complete an 8-hour firearms training course from a qualified instructor, and then fill out the application at the sheriff's office. And then
Okay.
it goes on to say, however, Missouri is a permitless carry state, meaning no permit is necessary.
Right.
Right.
And you have to get like a certain kind of accuracy on the test or something like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So in North Carolina, we do 3, 5, and 7, and you have to get 8 inch in an 8-inch circle,
Which at 7 yards, I
which
mean,
is
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
easy.
You
You
can't
gotta
use
is
be,
that is definitely doable. And what I do, so part of my courses is I throw up a 4-inch target. Like I do the all right, so you've seen these targets before. There's like 5 diamonds, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5-inch diamond in the middle, but the other one's on the outside. So what I do is we start off with a practice with that. I do my shots first, and then I do the course after, right? Um, and that lets me know, whether or not, hey, you probably shouldn't own a firearm, and you probably shouldn't own a firearm. So a lot of times, when they're hitting out of that 4 inch diameter, they feel bad, and I'm like, don't feel bad. We haven't gotten to the qualification yet. We're just trying to see where you're shooting at, and boom, they continue to shoot. And then I put the qualification target up, which is this big 10-inch circle. It's a 10-inch circle that you have to hit at 3, 5, and 7, and they're banging them in, right, 4, 5, 6 inch groups. I'm great, and I'm like, yeah, 6 inch groups. I've done something, and they feel it's a positive feedback loop, you know. So at the end of the day, yeah, they always qualify with that, and then we do the course, and then I ask them these necessary questions, and they go through the it's 20 questions that they have. Some of them are really elementary, but some of them get them wrong. And I'm like, how can you how can you how can you get this question wrong? But it's okay. It's all right. You know, I'm an educator in some sense, so I educate them.
Yeah.
When they do get it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to think like not everybody has been around guns pretty much their entire life. Like some people are 30 years old
Yeah.
and decide, hey, I want to get a gun and never shot one, never held one. So it's
Ever.
good to have those classes and stuff for people like that. But for like somebody
Kind of
like me
weird.
or any of you guys, like to take it seems kind of redundant to take a class when you've been shooting your whole life. Although you probably could pick up a few things that maybe you didn't know, or maybe a grip whatever, a grip type that helps you be more accurate and stuff like that. So
Well,
Kind of weird.
what?
Uh,
Go ahead, Zay.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, Zay.
citizen. I was just saying that it's
No,
kind of weird that a more of a restricted state like mine is easier to get it concealed. You don't have to do a class and stuff like that. And then you guys are less restricted states, and they want you to do a class. That's kind of weird to me.
That
yeah,
is weird.
that is a little weird. But like I was
but you know
gonna
what? You know what's even weirder about that, Dave?
Hmm.
And so in my classes, I also do it, grip, a lot of instruction that normally like big box situations where you go to get your concealed carry permit don't do. We you're not obligated you're not obligated to show them um how to shoot. The only thing in a concealed carry class that you're obligated to do is teach them the laws of concealed carry,
Hmm.
Okay.
like what to do and what not to do, not
Hmm.
how to shoot. That's a whole different class.
yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
what I do in my classes is incorporate that. I give them an extra 90 minutes, whether they do it in that class or they schedule it um, after that class. I give them 90 minutes to say, hey, I'll show you how to do this, to clean a break down a firearm, clean a firearm, things of that nature. But in Charlotte, in North Carolina, period, we as instructors, we're not obligated to show you how to shoot. We're just teaching you the laws.
Hmm.
And
Makes
that's a
sense.
good thing
Makes
that
sense.
you do that because if you're somebody can just say, okay, this is what I should do, this is what I shouldn't do. But I mean, if they're not a good shot or something, they could be risking the lives of others in a situation where they had to use their
Terminate
guns.
on
So,
time.
like me,
Yeah.
I when I was growing up, we never really had pistols up until I turned probably like 15 or 16. I was always shooting rifles my whole life, and just over the past couple of years since I started the YouTube, I really got more into pistols and my grip. In my really old videos, you can see it, but I would do I would do this. My thumb would be sticking way out there, and I'd
Yeah,
be doing one of those. And then I
Yeah,
learned
yeah.
that the thumbs forward, and that's is a lot more comfortable and
Forward.
more accurate for me. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you said, uh, though you may not need the training or you may not need the class, you can always take something away from anything in life. The day you believe you know it all is the day that you might as well hang it up. Um,
yeah,
I've shot pistols, any kind of gun my whole life. I was born with one in my hand. That's part of being a resident of the South. And I didn't learn how to shoot a Glock up until about a year ago. I didn't realize the grip angle was any different than what I'd ever shot. And I was just like, man, I just can't shoot a Glock for nothing.
yeah,
And I seen a
Right.
video on YouTube of a guy explaining why you can't shoot with a Glock. And he's actually pretty popular now. What's the guy? He's like,
the guy that screams all the time.
yes, and he throws his Glocks and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen his short that he put out about that. I was like, that's why why I can't shoot a Glock
yeah.
for nothing. It's you'll always be able to learn something if you're a student.
And
Yeah.
I noticed that too, specifically with the Glocks. Any other pistol, I'm pretty good with it, but the Glocks, I don't know if it's the triggers just so heavy or something, but I'm always kind of cocking it to the left and stuff, which, um, yeah. So I don't really carry the Glocks a whole lot. I got the Glock 34, but I mean that has the red dot, so it's pretty easy to aim with versus iron sights.
Yeah, I'm
But
always a little
Yeah.
low and left the Glock.
yeah, but I got my range officer. I he taught me he taught me this. Don't squeeze the trigger, like YouTube safe and controlled empty. Let's see if I can get a. He said squeeze the trigger with the ball of your finger here.
Uh,
Yes.
Don't put your whole
That's
finger in there because that's going to cause you to go left. If you do it too light on the tip of your finger, that's going to kind of cause you to go this way. So you want just the right amount in the ball of your finger.
And then some people say the middle, like where that
yeah.
line is.
That
I
knuckle.
literally, yeah. I literally, this is what I do. This is what I do. I'll take a pen or a marker and I'll put it on the shooter's finger. And when I see that they're shooting, if you're a right-hander,
Yeah.
this applies to right-handed people. If you're a right-hander, I will do that on the finger of the student, and I would say put the trigger right there on that mark that I put on there, and immediately, and it's so funny because you see the positive feedback look on their face when they start drilling them at 7 yards in the same hole.
Yeah.
And these are for people that were missing a lot. So, and the funny part is, I do it for myself as well because, YouTube does have some truth to it where, oh, you have a million guns, you can't possibly be proficient with all of them. That is an accurate statement. That is a 100% accurate statement because every time I go out, I have to get readjusted. If I'm shooting pistol, I have to get readjusted to the pistol that I'm shooting because not all pistols, like you said, the grip on the Glock is a little bit different.
Yep.
It is a little bit different. It's a lot bit different from your Prodigy, your Springfield, your Canic, your Sig, yada yada yada. So there is some truth to that. but at the end of the day, you know, the difference, depending on what you're doing in the situation, is nominal because I can pick up a pistol. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you 10, 15 yards at 8 inch group. I'm not gonna miss by by by
Yeah.
18 inches, which is the average width of a human being, 18 inches, right?
Right.
I'm not I'm not gonna miss. You
Yeah.
know, I might miss a heart or a lung, but I'm not gonna miss the whole person, this, that,
Right.
and the third. So, at
To
the end
me,
of the day, go
there's a
ahead.
lot of stuff that matters to me, citizen, because I mean, it's like what I'm wearing could mess up my shot that day. The type of hat I have on, the brim could block the
Yeah,
sight.
yeah,
If I'm shooting a rifle, ear pro could mess up the placement of the buttstock on my shoulder.
yeah,
Gloves. There's just a lot of stuff. If you're wearing a vest, now you got to get used to
Yeah.
shouldering your weapon on wearing a vest. It's just
yeah,
glasses. Shooting eye protection. Sometimes it's a
yeah,
different color. Whatever, you got to get used to it. So it's
Yeah.
yeah. To
Yeah.
me, a lot of stuff can throw off my shot.
And
Yeah.
oh,
that's one of the things that I didn't like about the plate carriers that have the little plastic deals here, the quick disconnects. I found that my butt of my rifle would get hung up on, not really hung up, but it wouldn't press
it
firmly against my
connects.
shoulder. It'd be so yeah.
Right.
I
It connects different.
just little things like that.
Uh,
So
Dave mentioned it. Dave mentioned it with the iPro. So I wear uh, obviously prescription glasses, and these prescription glasses, they're the lenses. I told the optometrist, what I do, and he said, okay, well, we'll put lenses in there, so whatever hits, you won't have any scratches or breaks, this and a third. However, right here is open field. So I got different glasses. So for shells,
that's
you know
prescription.
that
Yeah.
these are, yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
both of them are. Yeah. And but the thing is, it's like, when you have a whole round or an ejected shell, I'm not gonna get it over here because it comes way past the eyes. So it's you know you got
So my
you,
eyes are getting pretty bad, you guys.
I know. I'm getting old. My
I
eyes are
notice
going
it. I'm
downhill.
starting to notice it. I'm starting to notice street signs. I can't read them as far as I used to. Nighttime. At nighttime, when the headlights are coming, it's more of a star. You know what I mean? And I'm just
Right.
starting to notice it, man. I think I might be
hey,
nearsighted. I don't know. I don't know.
welcome, Dave. Welcome into my world. And I'm and
Yeah.
I and I'm sure Eisner, I'm sure Mark is like, yeah, that's norm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess it hasn't hit me yet, but I'm sure eventually it will. Today I was
Yeah,
looking out the window. There was a huge rabbit across the street, and I got my rifle because it has a light on it. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna shine this light out the window. I'm looking through my scope. I freaking turn that light on, and the reflection just blast right back in my scope, straight into my eyeball.
Yep.
And I just a giant purple spot. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yep. I
But
think my
yeah,
blood pressure. I think Ricky doesn't handle stress very well, so the blood pressure is getting to me, and I can't see stuff up close anymore.
yeah.
But I do have that vision already, so but I never had any problem.
oh, Ricky.
Hey, come on, Ricky. Yeah, so I think the blood pressure is getting to me. I need to maybe change my diet or my job. But
Facts.
yeah,
It
but
happens, man. As we get older.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I look at my parents. I'm still grateful that they're here, but they're getting
Yeah,
old. People
Yeah.
get old, man. It happens. It happens. Eat your carrots, I guess. They say that,
Yeah,
carrots. It makes your eyesight better. So, hey, eat your carrots, eat your peas, eat your vegetables, man.
they
You're
just
gonna
Yeah.
told us
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
hey,
Carrots and cucumbers.
Yeah.
mhm.
But I don't know about you guys, but I probably got to get on off of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys want to get out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did want to real quick. You can go, Justin, but I have something to mention after that, and we'll get
Well, go
off.
ahead. Go ahead, brother. If it ain't
Uh, Eyes and Ears isn't here, but he did. We did want to talk about this poly ammo club. We thought about starting our own, so we'll save that for the next time he's on and kind of touch
Okay.
more on that. But you can
All right.
continue on, Justin, with what you had.
Oh no, I was just going. I was just seeing what you guys, how you guys, if y'all wanted to go on for a few more minutes or
Oh,
not.
also, next week I'll be in Vegas on Sunday. I'm gonna try to get
Yeah.
Zoom on my phone.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to
Shot
bring the
show.
laptop. I might or might not be available. So if
Okay.
I'm not, we just won't do an episode. But I'm gonna try my hardest to schedule that in. So
Yeah.
Don't
I
worry
can
about it, bro. Go have
come
a
with
good
you.
time. Have fun, man. Don't even worry about it.
well,
Yeah.
Sunday it'll be the day that I get there, Sunday. So I mean, by the time I know we want to do a little driving around and stuff. So if I get back to the hotel early enough, which it'll be Western time, so it's probably not looking good. So yeah, we probably won't have an episode next week. Definitely the
That's
Sunday
fine.
after that, I'll
Yeah,
have
that's fine. No
all
problem.
my shot show content will be coming out. I'll give you guys some insider scoops and stuff like that. So
Oh, we'll
not
have a
next
lot to
Sunday,
talk
but
about the
the one after
following week
that.
then.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you
But
need
if
to go by the Radiant booth, our Radiant booth, and
Yeah, I'm gonna go by all the booths. I'm giving. I got. Look at all these business cards I got. I got 2 boxes of them. I'm gonna be handing these out like candy.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Brother, man, I really am. I think I've been around the channel since you're at maybe like I don't know, like I think we talked about it the other day. You're at like 10K, and now look where you're at, and it's
Yeah,
I'm very proud of you guys, all of y'all. We're doing big things. 2025 is our year.
yep, definitely.
2025, baby.
To the year of the 2A team.
I love it.
Proud of you too, man. We're proud of you too,
Yeah,
man. You
all you
came up.
guys. We've all came up.
That's
That's
yes, sir.
right.
I think it's the team that's done it. You know.
Yeah,
Right, man.
and if Eyes and Ears were here, he would say the same thing.
Hmm.
He sure would. He sure would. He sure would. But listen, you have a safe trip, safe travels.
Yeah,
We can miss next weekend. I mean, I missed the first three. So
unless you guys want to do Saturday night. I'm pulling an all nighter Saturday night. So if we could do Saturday, I'll do it then. We can get it filmed. But if it doesn't work out, then I mean it's fine. So we'll
It's
talk
up to you
about it.
I'm
guys.
in.
Whatever.
All
But
right, brothers.
All
yeah,
right, it's
2 a.m.
tradition here. We got to have Silver take us out.
All right. Hey, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us and watching the podcast. And you guys already know the
Yeah.
deal. If you like the podcast, like the podcast. If you ain't subscribed to the 2A Team's channels, well, damn, subscribe to our channels, man. And with that being said, we'll see you all on the next one.